Every year, over 300,000 tons of Parmesan cheese are produced worldwide. Making a single wheel requires over 600 liters of fresh milk, and its value can exceed $1,000 per unit. But how is this delicacy actually made? What makes Parmesan so distinct from all other cheeses? Today we'll travel to Italy, home to the largest Parmesan cheese factory on the planet, where over 80 wheels are produced every hour, ready to be aged and transformed into a gastronomic gem. So, get ready, because today we're going to discover how one of the best cheeses on the planet is mass-produced. Let's begin. Step 1. Collecting fresh milk. It all begins in the vast pastures of northern Italy, where thousands of cows live freely, breathing pure air and feeding exclusively on fresh grass and natural hay. Producing this cheese is no easy task. Each cow must follow a controlled diet and live in conditions that guarantee unique milk, rich in proteins, fats, and with the perfect profile to create authentic Parmesan. When it's time for milking, operators, with the help of automated mechanical systems, connect each cow to a specialized milking unit. Each animal can produce up to 20 liters of milk per day, but only the freshest and purest is used for this cheese. Every morning, dozens of tanker trucks travel these farms collecting the milk. And here's the most interesting part. The freshly milked milk is mixed with that from the previous evening, which has rested overnight in large stainless steel vats. This rest allows the fat to separate naturally, creating a perfect balance between whole and partially skimmed milk, a key detail that remains one of Parmesan's best-kept secrets. Once the tanks are full, the tanker trucks transport tons of milk to the factory, where the real transformation will begin. Step 2. Coagulation and curd cutting. Once the raw milk arrives at the factory, it's unloaded directly into enormous copper cauldrons. This material allows for perfect thermal distribution, ensuring uniform coagulation in every batch. Each of these cauldrons can hold over 1,100 liters of fresh milk, and although it seems like a lot, it's only enough to produce 2 wheels of cheese. Once inside, all this milk is mixed with fermented whey loaded with natural lactic bacteria, which will initiate the fermentation. Seconds later, the most important ingredient is added: caglia, a natural rennet obtained from the stomach of young calves. Yes, it might sound strange, but without this element, Parmesan simply wouldn't exist. Within minutes, the transformation begins. The uniform white milk gradually turns into a dense, shiny mass. And when it's just right, master cheesemakers, using enormous stainless steel lyres, carefully cut the curd into thousands of tiny grains, about the size of a grain of rice. Then this mixture is gradually heated to over 55 degrees Celsius, while being continuously stirred for almost an hour. This process removes excess whey and allows the curd grains to begin compacting together. In the end, what remains at the bottom of the cauldron is a perfectly compacted mass, a single piece weighing over 40 kilograms, ready to become an authentic wheel of Parmesan cheese. Step 3. Molding and pressing. Operators manually extract the enormous mass and carefully place it into large, cylindrical stainless steel molds. Each mold has a special design that gives the future wheel its characteristic shape: curved edges, a smooth surface, and a perfect size. But that's not all. A plastic band with small raised designs on its inner surface is placed around the mass. These designs permanently mark all the key information about the cheese: the serial number, production month, factory of origin, and, of course, the official Parmigiano Reggiano stamp. Once in the mold, the mass moves to the hydraulic presses. For 24 hours, this machinery applies constant and powerful pressure that expels any remaining whey and leaves the mass perfectly compacted. By the end, the cheese has its definitive shape, a firm, solid wheel with all its marks embossed. But it's not Parmesan yet. It's still fresh, without flavor or texture. To become a true gastronomic gem, it must go through one of the most important steps in the process. Step 4. Brine bath. With the wheel now pressed and marked, it's time to immerse it in a bath that will completely change its flavor and destiny. Operators carefully transfer each wheel and place them one by one into gigantic brine tanks, filled with water and natural sea salt. There, fully submerged, each wheel rests for approximately 20 days, slowly absorbing salt through its rind. This step is fundamental because the salt doesn't just add flavor, it also acts as a natural preservative, helps form the classic outer rind, and prepares the cheese for subsequent processes. During these weeks, operators, with the help of sensors, monitor that each wheel remains perfectly submerged, rotating them if necessary to ensure uniform salinization. When the cheese finally leaves the tank, it's no longer just a pressed mass of milk. Now its transformation into Parmesan has officially begun. But it still needs the most demanding step of all. Step 5. Aging and quality control. With its rind already formed, each wheel is transferred to the gigantic curing chambers, where thousands of cheeses rest on natural wooden shelves that cover entire walls. These spaces are meticulously controlled. Temperature, humidity, and ventilation are regulated to replicate the exact conditions of ancient Italian cellars. Just imagine the intense and delicious aroma emanating from the room. This process can last for over 3 years, and the longer it ages, the firmer and more intense its flavor becomes. During the first few months, each wheel is turned and cleaned by hand once a week. Operators walk the aisles with special brushes, removing impurities and allowing the rind to breathe properly. Some wheels are even cured for an entire decade and can reach prices exceeding $1,000 per unit. But not all of them make it. Exactly at 12 months, an expert certifier taps each wheel with a small stainless steel hammer. By listening to the sound it emits, they detect any internal bubbles, fractures, or hidden imperfections. It's a kind of acoustic tasting that decides whether that cheese can or cannot bear the name Parmigiano Reggiano. If it passes, its official seal, certifying its origin and authenticity, is fire-branded onto it. If it fails the test, it's declassified and sold as generic cheese. In this factory, only the best cheese reaches the final stage of the process. Step 6. Cutting and packaging. With the wheel officially certified as Parmigiano Reggiano, it's time to prepare it for its final presentation. Each unit is moved to the cutting area, where specialized operators, using special stainless steel saws, precisely divide the more than 40-kilogram wheels into more manageable portions such as wedges, halves, or blocks, depending on the market and customer type. Once cut, the cheese is visually inspected, and only pieces that meet quality standards move on to packaging. Each portion travels along a conveyor belt to the packaging area, where specialized operators and automatic machines work together to protect the cheese. Smaller portions, like supermarket wedges, are vacuum sealed by automatic systems in airtight packages, designed to preserve the aroma, texture, and flavor for months. Larger pieces, or those destined for the gourmet market, are handled by hand, carefully placed in special wraps that ensure an impeccable presentation. Each unit receives its origin label, with the batch code, production date, and maturation level precisely printed. Once packed, the cheese is temporarily stored in refrigerated chambers, ready for final distribution. Step 7. Export and distribution. With each portion of Parmesan perfectly cut, packaged, and labeled, it's time to bring this Italian gem to the rest of the world. The pieces are grouped by batch and stored in refrigerated chambers, where they await their dispatch order. From there, refrigerated trucks daily load tons of cheese heading to airports and distribution centers. Each shipment is managed under strict temperature and traceability conditions, because this product cannot lose an ounce of quality along the way. A single factory can export over 500 tons of cheese every week to destinations like the United States, Mexico, Germany, or Japan. And we're not just talking about supermarkets. This cheese also reaches Michelin-starred restaurants, gourmet shops, and international fairs, where it's displayed as an authentic gastronomic treasure. To give you an idea of its value, in 2013, the Italian mafia stole over €2 million worth of Parmesan cheese. Yes, even the mafia considers it a luxury haul. Finally, tell us, did you imagine this entire process? Have you ever tasted this delicacy? Let us know your answer in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to not miss the next factory tour.